All right, students, today what we're going to do is we are going to review the steps to model drawing. And then we're going to actually go and do some math and use those steps. So we always start off by reading the entire problem because mathematicians are also readers, aren't they? And then we underline the question. After that, we're going to take that question and we're going to rewrite it into a sentence. And we're going to leave a blank for our answer. That gets us nice and focused on what am I looking for? What question am I answering? Then we're going to go back to the problem and think about who or what is this problem about? Is there a character in the problem? What's going on? Okay, so that'll be our next step. For step number 4, we're going to actually draw our model, do our bar model. And then of course it's math, so we're going to actually do the math, solve the problem. And then our last step is to write the answer in that sentence you created. And also, what great mathematicians always do, we're going to make sure that our answer makes sense. All right, today we are going to use the model drawing steps to work on this math problem right here. So follow along with me. The first thing we're going to do is read the problem because that's what mathematicians do. At a recent 3-game baseball series, 658 people attended on the first night. The next night, there were 451 people in attendance, and on the third night, 287 people came. How many total people attended the series? So step 1, we read the problem, and then we take our pencil and we underline that question. How many total people attended the series? We underline that so we're focused on what is the problem asking us to do. Okay. And then we do our next step. We're going to take this question and we're going to turn it into a sentence. So I'll do this one for you, we'll do the next one together. How many total people attended the series? I'm going to turn that into a sentence that looks like this. Let's see, I'll use blue. Blank people attended the series. And of course, I'm going to put my punctuation because it is a sentence. So this is where I'll put my answer when I'm done. Blank people attended the series. Now, you know how your teachers are always telling you to label the answer, label the answer? Guess what? You're done now. You know that when you're done, you're going to have a certain number of people. That's going to be your label. All right, so we've done step 1 and step 2. And now we're ready for step 3. And that just means that we're going to look at the problem and we're going to think about, what is this problem about? What's this problem about? It's about baseball. It's about some people going to the baseball games. Is there a character in this story, in this math story? Not really. It doesn't say who, it just says people, and that's fine. Okay? It talks about maybe 3 different nights. So that's what the problem is about. That kind of helps us connect with what's really going on here. Okay, now it's time to draw the model. Are you ready? Okay. This problem is about people going to baseball games. So we're actually going to label our bar people at baseball games. Or people at the games, that might be shorter. So over here, I'm going to label my bar people at games. And then I'm going to draw my line to show that I'm starting my bar. So people at the games. And then I'm just going to draw a bar to represent those people that are at the games. So I'll take my handy dandy writing tool and I will draw a bar. Sometimes it's smart that you're using a pencil because sometimes you have to adjust the size of the bar, but we'll just start with it like this. So this bar right here represents the people at the games. Okay. So now I need to continue with my model. I need to go back through the problem and see, do I know anything about the people? So let's see. At a recent 3-game baseball series, 658 people attended on the first night. That tells me something, doesn't it? Tells me this. This part of my bar right here is going to be 658 people. And let's label that first for the first night. 658. And I've seen some people kind of check off like, oh, we are finished with that sentence. We put that in our problem. You can do that to sort of help you keep on track. So now I'm going to go to my next sentence. The next night, there were 451 people in attendance. Ah, that's another piece of my model, isn't it? Now I know that there were 451 people on the second night. So I've put that in my problem. You have to use what you know. On the third night, 287 people came. Guess what? That goes in my bar. Okay, so we used that. How many total people attended? Do I know the total? Did it tell me the total number? No, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a question mark at the end of the bar. That shows that I don't know the total. Okay? I don't know the total, but I know the parts, don't I? I just don't know the whole. So when we know all the parts, but we don't know the total, what operation do you think we're going to do? What math are we going to do? Addition. She says addition. What do you think? Thumbs up? Okay. If we know all the parts, but we don't know the whole, we have to add. Okay? So now we're down to just 2 more steps. The first thing we have to do is actually do the addition. All right, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm just gonna draw a little line and I'm gonna write down my 3 numbers. 658, 451, and 287. And I know I'm gonna add those together. Sometimes kids like to take 2 numbers and add them and then add the 3rd number. That's totally fine. If that works better for you as a mathematician, that's what you need to do. Tell you what, let's all add this problem. I'm gonna add up here and you check me because sometimes I make mistakes, so check me and see if we get the same answer. Did anyone else get 1,396 people? Okay. Does that make sense? Let's see, if we have about 600 some here and we have about 400, that would be about 1,000. I'm just using my rounding. And then another 287, that would be about 300. So is 1,300 pretty close to 1,396? So that makes sense. And of course I've checked my work because that's what good mathematicians do. So the last thing we do is write our answer in the blank. 1,396 people attended the series. And that's how we do addition with model drawing.